Recently, the European Space Agency, ESA, released new data from the ExoMars Orbiter's camera, captured during one of its orbits around Mars. What makes this dataset remarkable is the discovery of the third known interstellar object, 3IATLAS, first identified on the 1st of July 2025. This object is highly unusual. It is relatively large in size, and its trajectory lies almost exactly within the plane of the planets orbiting the Sun, a rare characteristic for something that comes from beyond our solar system. Because of this favorable orbit, astronomers have called it a once-in-a-lifetime gift, as it allows multiple spacecraft across the solar system to observe it directly. On October 3, 3IATLAS passed by Mars at a distance of about 29 million kilometers, and ExoMars's camera captured a clear image, a glowing sphere with a faint streak of light extending from it. What caught scientists' attention is that this image doesn't resemble a typical comet which usually has a dust tail pointing away from the sunday. Instead, 3IATLAS displays a faint stream of light toward the Sun, appearing like a beam or jet of gas emitted in the opposite direction of what physics normally predicts. This observation matches what the Hubble Space Telescope recorded on July 21, which also showed a bright region stretching toward the Sun, fueling speculation that the object might be emitting light or reflecting it through an entirely new and unknown mechanism. Right now, the scientific community is eagerly waiting for the release of new images from NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, taken by its HiRISE camera. With a half-meter aperture, HiRISE can achieve a resolution of up to 30 kilometers per pixel, far higher than any previous observations. Although the data has already been collected, it has not yet been made public due to the ongoing temporary U.S. government shutdown. Once released, these images could finally help determine the true size of 3IATLAS through its reflected brightness, and as the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. In the coming months, 3IATLAS will continue traveling through the inner solar system, moving closer to ESA's JUICE mission, which is currently en route to Jupiter and expected to reach its observation position in November. Before that, on October 29, the object will reach its perihelion, the closest point to the sunday. At that moment, it will experience extreme heat, and scientists are eager to see how it reacts, whether it will evaporate, brighten dramatically, or reveal some entirely new and mysterious behavior. Finally, on December 19, this journey will enter a new phase, offering even more opportunities to uncover the true nature of 3IATLAS, perhaps the most enigmatic interstellar visitor humanity has ever encountered. At the end of 2025, just before Christmas, 3IATLAS is expected to reach its closest point to Earth, at a distance equivalent to 1.8 times the distance between Earth and the sunday. After that, on the 16th of March 2026, the object will approach Jupiter, coming within about 54 million kilometers. At that point, NASA's Juno spacecraft currently orbiting Jupiter could become a priceless witness, providing us with more detailed data about the true nature of this interstellar object. A hypothesis that challenges the scientific mind. All of these developments have left the scientific community both excited and puzzled, as humanity has never before encountered such a massive interstellar object exhibiting characteristics that don't seem entirely natural. Suppose, and this is only a hypothesis, that 3IATLAS is not just an ordinary icy rock, but rather a structure designed by an intelligence. An object that deliberately chose an orbit aligned with the plane of the solar system's planets. Such a choice could carry a meaning far beyond our current understanding. If that were true, 3IATLAS would not simply be an interstellar visitor, it might be a message, or even a reminder, that we should be more prepared for the possibility that the universe is not silent and not alone. With that belief, I submitted a white paper to the United Nations last week, proposing the formation of an international committee dedicated to analyzing data from future interstellar objects, such as 3IATLAS, to determine whether any signs of anomalies or extraterrestrial technology might exist. We are living in a decade of opportunity, a time when visitors from beyond our solar system are arriving one after another. And if something truly extraordinary is coming our way, then we must be alert enough to recognize it. Some have wondered whether NASA's delay in releasing the images from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter could be a sign that they have discovered something remarkable? My answer is very clear. No. This delay is not evidence of alien intelligence, it is simply the result of human foolishness, namely, the temporary shutdown of the U.S. government, which has forced many agencies to halt their operations. And, rather ironically, while the universe continues to function perfectly, it is humankind that keeps slowing down its own progress. What I truly hope is that if one day we ever find ourselves sitting across the table from a friend on the other side, in a blind date with extraterrestrial technology, I pray it won't turn out to be a blind date with a serial killer. That is, in fact, the greatest fear. The risk of a black swan event, a situation with an extremely low probability, but potentially catastrophic consequences. And, for that reason, humanity can no longer afford to remain blind to this possibility. At present, we have the Rubin Observatory in Chile, which monitors the southern sky. But that alone is not enough. I propose that we build a similar observatory in the northern hemisphere, allowing us to observe the entire sky 24/7, leaving no chance for any interstellar object to slip by unnoticed. The estimated cost of construction is about $1 billion, roughly equal to the budget of the Rubin Observatory, which is shared between the U.S. Department of Energy and the National Science Foundation. And if, one day, we do confirm a genuine contact, that investment will need to increase 1,000-fold on par with the global annual military budget. Because when a potential threat emerges from beyond the solar system, it is no longer just a matter of science, it becomes a matter of security, economics, and the stability of human civilization itself. In a way, this gives a whole new meaning to the old saying, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Now, when we talk about cosmic dating, the idea is no longer a metaphor, it's becoming a scientific possibility, one that demands serious preparation and responsibility from humanity. Yet, unfortunately, just as we stand on the threshold of a historic discovery, politics once again slows down science. NASA's instruments such as the HiRISE camera aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter captured data on October 2, right as 3IATLAS was passing near Mars. We know with certainty that the data was recorded, and that research teams at various universities are already processing it. However, due to the temporary U.S. government shutdown, all data releases have been frozen, preventing the public from seeing them even as European and Chinese space agencies continue their own independent observations. In other words, we already have the data, yet we are forbidden to share it with the world at least until NASA resumes normal operations. It's not just the data that's affected. The entire system of scientific funding and operations in the United States has come to a standstill because of the shutdown. And clearly, that is bad news for science, especially at a moment when every minute of delay could mean missing a chance to better understand our universe. All I can do now is hope that, in the coming days, this political deadlock will be resolved so that science can continue to fulfill its most sacred mission, to expand the knowledge and understanding of humankind,